What's up YouTube, it's your dog Buggy Ocran and we back with another video. Today we're gonna be doing a mix breakdown of the song You Need by the artist Bronxlyn featuring me, Buggy Ocran. This is a song that I produced as well as wrote the hook, and I'm on the hook. So we're gonna be going into the session. I'm just gonna be breaking down some of the plugins that I use, my thought process while I was doing this entire mix and getting this song from beginning to end, a full mix, and getting it to streaming services. So with that being said, let's go into the session and let's get into it. You dig? All right, so here's the session for You Need. We're gonna start with the mix breakdown. This is basically the entire session. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play the entire song, and I'm gonna show you guys some of the moves that I did to get this song fully complete and fully mixed. This is a song that we recorded in like 2020. It's similar to how I mix now. Definitely different things that I do now when I mix records, but I want to show this. I want to show this mix, and I want to break down this mix to show you that you don't need to do too much to get a song to sound too professional. So I want to show that in this mix breakdown. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm gonna play the song and we're gonna listen to the song, and then I'm gonna start showing you guys what I did. This is the song You Need by Bronxlyn featuring me.
Buggy body, this shit.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you need.
Look, fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals, every spot getting lit. Yeah, okay, every dog need a damn bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you. If I could wrap the world and gift the sky to you. Hold up, fuck the metaphor of raps and the similes. No song could explain what you did to me. Love your violet, the skin, love the synergy. Especially in Barcelona on the hottest beach. Yeah, I got what you want, I know what you need. They say love is a drug, I became a fiend. Real queen, the type to die for you. If I could wrap the world and gift the sky to you. Hold up.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you need.
Bank account overdrive.
All right, so that's the song You Need by Bronxlyn featuring me, Buggy Ocran. Like I said, it's a song that we recorded. I recorded this, I tracked this record myself. It's actually a record that it was on one of my first beat tapes, and we ended up reproducing and remaking it and making a song. I kept the hook and threw more new verses on it, and this is the song that we got. So with that being said, I'm gonna just go through some of the elements of the song and some of the things that I did to get it mixed. Back then, I didn't have, especially 2020, I didn't have a lot of the plugins that I use now, but I want to show this just to show you that you can get great mixes with the plugins that you have. You honestly can even get great mixes with stock plugins. Obviously, more plugins that you have, the easier that it makes your job, but you can definitely get it done with a couple of plugins that you have. So we're gonna go into the session. I'm gonna show you that, guys, what I did with this record. So we could go to the kick first, because that's how I usually start all my mixes. I start my mixes with my kick anyway. So let's see what we did to the kick. So for this record, we had this kick, just a simple kick. Just even looking at it, you can see there's different levels in the kick. Like this kick is lower than these three kicks, and there's certain kicks that are lower. So I probably did this on purpose. Obviously, you know, when you're producing, you're drawing in kicks, you might have them all at the same level, or you might have kicks at different levels. So what I did was I did a little bit of EQ. We're gonna play it without everything first, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I added. So this is without all the plugins. And this is with all the plugins in. You could tell with all the plugins in, the tone became a little bit darker. But that's what I was going for, because I didn't want it to compete. I wanted to create a lot of separation between the elements. So if you look at the EQ, we'll break everything down one by one. If you look at the EQ, I rolled off a little bit off the top end, and we just gutted out a little bit around like 386. Didn't really do too much. Rolling off the top end made the kick a little bit darker, but it makes separation between the higher elements, because although kicks usually don't have a lot of frequency in the top end, it still sometimes could. It really depends on the tone that you're going after, but sometimes it could be competing with your hi-hats and your other high-end percussions. Or if your bass has a lot of high-end information too, it could be competing with that. So we're gonna play it with the EQ for the kick, and I'm gonna take the EQ. I'm gonna bypass the EQ on and off. And for me, that cleaned up the kick like OD. It put the kick a little bit in the background, but it cleaned it up for more like it feels like the kick got a little lower, but it cleaned it up a little bit. And then what we had was a compression, just to, because I used that EQ to push it back, I just had a compression, this with a slow attack and a fast release, and that's gonna make the kick feel a little bit more punchy. So this is gonna bring the kick out a little bit more. So we're gonna play it without the compression, then we're gonna play it with the compression. Got a little bit more punchy. And then what did I do here? I added a little bit of like 60 because I probably wanted a little bit more thump. The 808 in this record really isn't something that's too heavy, because this is kind of like still like an R&B feeling track. So it's not something that I wanted this to be like a super heavy 808 type of track. So the 808 in this record isn't too punchy, isn't too heavy. So I decided to go with the boost on the 60 for the kick. But it's a slight boost. And if you really notice, it really isn't doing much. It's very just a slight, like I said, a slight boost of just more body and more tone on the low end. But another thing that I did have is I had this kick going to this parallel compression, because I tend to do parallel compression a lot. Even back then I was doing parallel compression a lot. So this kick is going to 808 distortion. So it's something that my 808 was going to. I tend to use parallel compression. So like I'll use my 808 and use parallel compression for that, but I'll also have my kick going to the same parallel compression as well. The reason why I do that, still do that to this day, is because it allows the kick and the 808 to sometimes mesh. Even I do it with the bass a lot too. So it's something that I did for this record. Let's see what the parallel compression is doing though. Let's see. Boom, let me mute this. Pre. Oh. All right, bet. So we have a guitar amp, a J37, just to get a little bit more saturation. And we just compressing it a little bit. Let me just turn this all the way just so you can really hear what the parallel compression is doing. So yeah, slightly adding a little bit more punch, but like I said, it's very low. So we're barely adding in a little bit more punch. The 808 is probably more for the 808 to give the 808 more body, but I like to add the kick to it just so we can get that mesh in the low end. So this is in there. Take this pre off. That's fine. So that's all we did for the kick. And we'll go to the 808. Let me see how we process the 808. I have the 808 here. Like I said, with this 808, it's not too much of like low end. It's honestly a higher end 808. So the way I process, I'll play without the processing, I'll play with the processing. Without it, and then with it. So it wasn't really much of a change because I liked how the 808 was. I mean, if I was mixing it today, I feel like I would clean up the 808 a little bit more, and I would definitely add like maybe like a R bass just to make it a little bit more punchy. So like, let's say, let's see. Like an R bass would make this way more punchy. You know what I mean? I mean, way more boomy. For me, so I definitely would add like an R bass if I was mixing it today, because I just like exactly how that low end fills up. But this is what I did for that record. Let's see. We added a little bit of EQ at where did we take it at 351. Just removed a little bit of mud from 351. Slight compression. The attack is a little slow because I still want the transient of the 808 to cut through. So the attack is a little bit low, and the release is holding on. It's mid because I wanted to hold on for the lower end, the ending, the tail of the 808 just to last a little longer. So it's just a slight compression, nothing crazy, maybe like 1 dB. And then I always, like I said, I always like to EQ after my compression, because sometimes compression adds a little bit of, it brings out a little bit more of the frequencies in the sound. So you might have to gut that out again. So at 351, we took a little bit more out after we did a compression, and then we just added a little bit more, a shelf to the low end, just to get a little bit more body and a little bit more punch. So with the kick and the 808, this is what we have so far. Kick is punching, 808's cutting through. And then we had the clap. Like I said, in this record, like I said, we didn't do too much. I didn't do too much. A lot of when I was producing these records too, you gotta understand too. When I'm producing these records, I'm EQing while I'm producing slightly, but I'm EQing while I'm producing. I'm making sure that the levels is balanced right. I'm making sure that everything is good while I'm producing, so that when I come into this full mixing session, I don't have to really do too much because everything is already in a good space. Everything's sounding right already. I might have to do a little bit tweaks just to make the vocal and the overall song sound as one and complete and glued together. So sometimes you might be mixing your own songs that you produced, or you might be mixing songs that you got from someone else. So you don't really have to, if they produce the song pretty well, you don't really got to do too much. If everything is fitting together, everything sounds good. It's only when you're getting records that, okay, the 808s sounds all out of whack, or the kick is too high, or the clap is too sharp, then you got to start doing a lot of the EQ and all that stuff. Obviously, you got to train your ears to be able to hear that, but you really got to pay attention to your song. If your song is good and it don't need too much, don't do too much. If it needs more work, then you do more work. So let's see. With this clap, what we did was we added a little bit of 100. So I just added a little bit more body, and we just boosted that up by 2 dB. So let me play it without it and with it real quick so we can hear it. Let's see. So without it, with it, just a little bit of energy. I mean, a little bit of body, and then that's it. And you see how it's adding body without adding volume? That's how you know the plugin that you're using is actually being effective. For me, I have this EQ. I probably turned down, yes, I turned down the gain a little bit just so I make sure it's not adding a little bit of volume. But it feels like the snare is getting louder, but it's actually not. So that's how I know, okay, it's adding the body that I needed to. You feel me? And then, so let's put that together with the kick and the 808. And then we could go to the hi-hats. Same thing. The hi-hats already sounded good, so I didn't really add too much. I added 60, even though it's something that people don't usually do, but I added 60 to the hi-hats. Yeah, and around like 3 dB. And attenuated a little bit too, cut a little bit out at, let's see. Yeah, and I cut a little bit out at 62. So basically it's just like 1 dB. If you're paying attention to it, it's just like 1 dB. But let me play with it and without it real quick so we can hear what's going on. This is the hi-hats. For me, it makes the hi-hats sound a little bit more consistent by giving it that bottom end energy, especially that these hi-hats aren't really pitched up too high. You feel me? So I'm gonna play one more time so y'all can hear it. Exactly. So just that slight boost in that 60 gave it a little bit more body. And it glues everything together when it comes to the whole record. So I liked how that sounded. And with this record, we don't really even have a lot of drums. That's like what? Kick, hi-hat, snare, clap, 808, and we have this one more clap. We just this one perk, and then that's it. The kick, the beat is done. Very simple. Let me see. I did nothing much but just boost a little bit of high end with the shelf, probably just to make the clave stick out a little bit more. Feel me? If I was mixing it today, for sure I would compress this a little bit more, just so it wouldn't be any dynamic changes. It could be a little bit more like a ball, like a little bit more controlled. So I'll show you. Like I would do maybe like a SSL comp or something. For me, that'll make it a little bit more controlled and feel like it's in a little background and give that little groove. But at the time, that's not how I was feeling. So we kept it with the REQ, and I feel like it sounds great still. All right, so boom, with the 808, everything, all the drums. All right, so this is valid. So all these drums and the 808s, like I said, the 808 at the same time was going to this distortion, this parallel distortion that I had. Let me just see how that sounds with it and without it. Slight, very low, but just to give it a little bit more punch. So without it, with it, you could barely hear what it's doing, but it's just making it cut through a little bit more, especially when you start playing stuff on like iPhone headphones and stuff, iPhones or like headphones, it'll cut through a little bit more. That's what I like to use parallel distortion for. Okay, so this 808 also was going to a bus that was getting processed as well. So this 808 print bus was getting processed, so where we had a little bit more compression to it. This Renaissance axe. We had a S1 imager. I just wanted to make the 808 come straight out the middle. I didn't want it to be, I think the 808 that I was using for this one was a little bit wide. So I wanted the 808 to just come straight out the middle. Let me see without the imager. Yeah, you see it's way wider. It kind of even feels like it's coming out the right headphones a little bit. So with the S1 imager, straight through the middle. Without it, feels a little wider. I can even look at it probably, and it's showing that it's a little bit spread out without the imager. Not really. So yeah, I don't really know why I had the imager there. It was probably for a specific reason. I probably just wanted to just focus the energy and make it a little bit more straightforward. But then we have some EQ where we're cutting it at 20. Remember earlier I said I would probably EQ the low end. So I did it, but I just didn't do it on the track. I did it in the aux, and then we cut out a little bit at 60 because that's where the kick was living. So the kick was living and being boomy at 60. So we made sure to cut that out at 60, but in just this mix bus. So without everything on this mix bus, is how it sounds. And with it, the sustain, the tail is being a little bit way more sustained with that Renaissance axe. There's just a compression. It's being way more sustained with it. I can hear that, and then it's just a little bit more power. That's really what I hear, a little bit more clarity. One thing that I do with these drums a lot is I like to compress my drums on a mix bus stage. So we had all these drums go, the kick, the clap, everything go to this all drums bus where I have a little SSL compression, and I'm pretty sure I'm not doing a lot of compression, maybe like 1 to 2 dB, and it's a slow attack and a fast release. So I'm just having all the drums be a little bit more aggressive and move a little bit forward. If the release was slower, it'd be a little bit more tamed and held together, but because the attack is fast and the release is slow, it's pushing all the drums forward. So I'm gonna play it with it and without it real quick. It's very slight. Let me do the drums only so y'all can really hear it. Slight glue and slight pushing it up a little bit. Like I said, and if I was mixing it today, I would add a little bit more compression. Just push it up a little bit more. So let's see how that would sound. And that would just have the drums a little bit more in your face. But I always, most of the time, I like to glue my drums on a mix bus stage. Feel me? So that's what we have for this. And then let's go to the instruments now. What we added for the instruments. What did we add for the instruments? All right, so for this beat, it wasn't really too many instruments. I think we had like guitar and like keys, and that's it. 3 sounds: guitar, keys, and a pad. For me, so we're gonna go to the main sound and see how I process that right now. So yeah, this is a loop, and I'm gonna play it real quick without everything. I'm gonna play with everything. So let's see me bypass everything. Alright, so you notice when I play the loop, like the first thing I hear, it was like very like resonant. So just to get a little bit of, just to get the resonance out, I know that's what I was focused on. So I'm gonna play with it real quick, and then we'll see what I removed from the loop. All right, bet. So what we did was I'm using a stock plugin at this time. And sometimes it just really depends. I might really want to do something specific with the sound, so I might just go back to a stock plugin. So we boosted around 435 and a whole lot. I think I boosted because the guitar wasn't giving me enough life. So let's see. Let's play without it real quick and see what this channel strip is doing. It's just making the guitar feel a little bit bigger. But once I added that, I definitely noticed that it was adding a lot of resonant frequency. So I added this EQ using Q8 at the time, just to add a little bit more brightness at the top end, but remove a lot of that pain frequency. Because when it comes to guitars, that's one thing I noticed. It has a lot of, especially when you start throwing amps and things like that on it, has a lot of resonant frequency. So I just got all of that out, and then we added a little bit more body at the end. At the bottom end too. So let me play with it and without it. Way more controlled in terms of the resonant frequencies. I could boost it up so you can actually hear what I was taking out. Let's see. Let's get all of this. Let me see. 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm turning it all up so you can hear the resonance that I was removing. See, that's when you focus, and if you've heard that for a long amount of time, you kind of get used to those resonant frequencies, and you always hear it in the sound. So I just always say, whenever I hear it in the sound, I just take that out. But that's usually the 2K to like 8K range. That's usually where the resonant frequencies are anyway. So I just got rid of a bunch of that. And then we added a little bit more body. It wasn't like 100% gone, but I got rid of a lot of that, and then we just added a little bit more body. kind of brought the bass out, just to bring out the bass notes of the guitar out, and then that's it. And just boost a little bit more highs. Just wanted it to be a little bit more brighter. You feel me? And then we used our Vox for what? Let's see. I'm pretty sure I used the RVox because I see this gay here. I used the RVox just to get a little bit of, you know, there was noise in the sample, because when you get samples or when you get loops, it's a lot of noise. It might be like white noise and stuff in the background. So I used that to get that out with this gate. And then we just use the Renaissance axe just to like glue everything together and bring the overall guitar a little bit more up. Gave it a little bit more power, you feel me? And then that was it. So let's play that with everything. Matter of fact, let's go to the keys. No, before I go to the keys, we had another guitar right here. There was two guitars in here. I lied. We just had this little pad sound. Like I said, the song, in my opinion, was produced pretty well. So everything is already not competing. With panning and everything, it's making sure that the sounds are not competing. And like I said, I was EQing while I was making the beat as well too. So when it came to mixing the session, I didn't feel like this sound was competing with anything. So there's no reason to remove a whole lot of frequency unless I'm trying to change the tone. But that will be done in the producing part of the song. So all we did was get rid of a little bit 873 and a little bit of 462, and then that was it for real. Feel me? It's panned through the right, not competing with the guitar at all. Then we had these keys. So these keys, it just looks like I boosted a whole lot at 2.3. I'm sorry. I boosted a whole lot from everything 590 and up. I boosted it up a little bit with the shelf by 2.3. Maybe I just wanted the sound to come up a little bit more. The thing about when you mix as like a producer, sometimes, especially for this song, I had the freedom of just sculpting the song to sound the way that I wanted it to sound. So I can make big edits like this and it not be a problem. Sometimes you might be mixing a record for an artist, and if you make a change like this, it might be too extreme because it's gonna change the feel of the record. But let's see what this did to the keys real quick. So just basically with a shelf around like 590 and up, it's kind of basically just like a volume boost. Really, if you really think about it, it's basically just like a volume boost to like certain frequencies. You feel me? So all it really did was just make it a little bit louder, but it didn't make like everything louder. It just made all those frequencies 590 and up a little bit louder. So that's all I added. And then we'll play all that together. And as you can see, like nothing is really competing, so I don't really got to do too much. Everything is being heard. Everything sounds together. It fits for me. So if nothing's competing, I don't got to do too much. And then we had this little like bird sample just to create a little bit of ambiance. Let's see. Yeah, birds chirping. That's all it is. And this is really like a soundscape. So I really don't want to do a lot to it. I just wanted to cut it out. I wanted to cut a little bit off the top cut a little bit off the bottom because I needed it to sit in the background. Like if I don't, you could barely hear it if you don't pay attention to it for real, but it's there. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna bypass it real quick and then I'm gonna unbypass it. So with the unbypass, you hear it a lot and it sticks out a little bit too much. So I rolled off a little bit at 3,000 and then I cut off a little bit at the bottom at 163 so it could just move all in the back and stay in that mid-range. Just makes it a little bit more consistent, sits in the back. Perfect. So we play all the sounds as one. All right, bet. So that was that. So let's add in all the drums and everything. Oh yes, we had this bass as well too because the bass line changed in this record. So for this bass line, let's go through that. Lastly, just a regular bass line. I think I was using like the ample bass guitar for this. Yep, ample bass. Let me see. So this was more of like the live guitar feel. So let's play without all the plugins real quick and see how it sounds. And with plugins. It just sounds a little bit more sustained, a little bit more certain tones are just sticking out a little bit more. I'm pretty sure I didn't do too much to it. So let's play it without everything one by one. Let's go through it one by one. Let's see. So the EQ, what we did, we just added a little bit tone at 3,000 and boosted a little bit of the lows under 45. Because it's a live bass guitar, I just wanted to have a little bit more sub because it's not like a omnisphere bass where it has like a lot of sub. It's just a live bass guitar. So I wanted to boost a little bit of that sub. Let's see how that sounds. And it's not really doing much, but just adding a little bit more sub to it, really. And then what did I do? I added a little bit more at 200. Added like 2.5 just to get a little bit more of that tone out. Just to ring out a little bit more. That's it. That's all that was for. And then we had a compressor with a slow attack just so like the transients of the live bass could still cut through, and a long release just so it could hold like the tail note so it could sustain and ring out a little longer. So like you notice if you really pay attention, the notes when the bass note is ringing out, it's a little bit more consistent in terms of volume throughout the whole ring out because of the compression. For me, that's all that was for. And this is slight compression, you feel me? And then that was really it. So everything together sounded good. I think I had all the sounds going to this all sounds bus where it was being hit with the J37. I like to mix bus process a lot. That's something that I still do to this day just to get my songs to sound cool together. And those are the last steps that I do to complete the song and just to take the song to the next level. So these sounds all together right here. So with the J37 and the SSL compressor, let me bypass it real quick so we can hear what's going on. And then with it. I lied. This actually was a parallel compression. This wasn't regular compression. So all the sounds were going right here, right? And this was a parallel compression that I was sending all the sounds to. So let's see. So I'm sending a saturated version. I'm saturating it pretty heavy, not too much, pretty light. And then I'm compressing it OD. And then I'm blending all of that in, all of that compression into to lift up the sounds a little bit. So without it, it just lifts the songs up. It just lifts the song up, the sounds up, and makes it cut through a little bit more. So yeah, let's get to the vocals. So with the vocals, with these vocals, I recorded these vocals way before we actually recorded this session. So I just moved all the recorded vocals here. I remember when I was recording this, I believe that it was the white auto-tune that we all love so much from back in the day. And then at the same time too, I think I did some type of like, it wasn't Melodyne. I think I used like the repitch that is in Pro Tools, that comes with Pro Tools, to just make sure that all the notes were right in this take. But I didn't do a lot. The chorus is just literally my vocals and then a few ad-libs. And then that's it. It's a very simple record. So I'm going to play it real quick so I can hear it. And with everything, and then we're going to take everything off and see what I did.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you need. I got what you.
All right, bet. So that's all that we had for it. So I'm gonna take everything off and just hear without the processing that we did to lift the vocals up.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you need.
And you can tell, and that's why I always stress making sure that you get good recordings whenever you're recording, because we recorded this. I think I recorded this by myself. I definitely recorded this by myself. I was in a booth. I just had my stuff in the booth, and I was just recording it. The booth, it's a solid booth that you can't really hear anything. So when I was just playing this just now, you don't hear a lot of like headphone bleed. You don't hear like a lot of like room noise or like a whole lot of reverb. You can actually hear that I sound like I'm right in front of the mic and the room sounds really small if you really pay attention. So that's why I always stress out. Yes, you can record in a bunch of places, but just make sure the takes and the recordings and everything are clean, because the better the recording is, honestly, the less work that you have to do as an engineer, the less work that you have to do in terms of like cleaning the record up. So we're going to go through what I did, and then I'm going to just show y'all how I got the vocals to sound, how it sounded. It was a printed track, so the auto-tune settings that I use are not on it. Like I said, it's probably like a committed session. I could tell you guys what I did in terms of like EQ and compression and everything. I do have this EQ. I did a lot of boosting and cut a little bit in like the 200 to the 1K range. So let's listen to what that did.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
So you can notice I cut off around like 120. Didn't really roll off too much. And then I did a little bit of gutting in this area, and this is very slight. I usually do way more cutting than this in the vocal, but I feel like the vocal was a good take. So I didn't really have to cut out too much. Cut out a little bit at 236. Remember, these are the same things that I say all the time. This is like the little muddy area. Cut out a little bit of mud. If I boost it, you can hear it.
I got what you want, baby.
Mud.
I got what you need,
Don't
baby.
like that. Get that out of there. Feel me? More mud. More boxiness too.
I got what you want, baby.
Boxiness.
I got what you
Sounds like a
need,
box.
baby.
Got that out of there.
I got.
This is starting to enter like the annoying frequency area.
I got what you want, baby.
Pain,
I
resonance.
got what you need, baby.
Get that out of there. For me, at 5,
I
more
got
resonance.
What you want, baby.
Got that
I
out of
got
there.
what you need, baby.
For me, so you just search for those sounds. You search for the resonant sounds. Get that out of there. You search for like the boxiness. You get that out of the vocal. And then you search for like the boominess and the muddiness. And then you get that out of there too. So they're usually like in the same areas for songs. Mud is right here, 250. Boxiness is around in this 500 area. And then the pain frequencies and the resonant frequencies is like 700 and up. You feel me? So you can find it there. But so that's what I did for this record. And then I boosted, let's see, I boosted at 2000.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want.
Just wanted a little bit more clarity in what I was saying. Everybody's voice is different. So my voice might have clarity in the 2000 range that I need to boost up. But somebody else that you might be working with might have clarity in the 4000 range. Yes, there's ranges. There's specific places that have more clarity into it. Like a lot of times in the 4500 range, you have more clarity, but everybody's voice is different. So you just got to search for it at times. For me, so at the 7000 range, I boosted to a little bit.
I got what you want, baby.
Just to get a little bit more
I
air.
got what you need, baby.
And these are wide boosts. It's not like slow. It's not like small Q boosts. If it was small Q boosts, it would be more highlighted and focused on one area. These are like wider boosts. So it's just overall just lifting that entire area up. So it's kind of like a volume boost, but in just a specific frequency area. And then I had a little shelf boosting over 15, like in 15K area.
I got what you want, baby.
Just to add a little bit more air.
I got what you need, baby.
And then that's good. That's making the vocals stick out. Then after that, recompress. This was a slow attack and a mid release. To be all the way honest, this was like one of the maybe. Yeah, this was actually like one of the first recordings I ever did of myself, because I made the beat. The first beat that I made for this was like in 2018. You feel me? So when I recorded a reference track, I recorded this reference track in 2018. You feel me? So that was my first time recording. So I wasn't used to recording on a mic. So my volume levels were changing a lot. So that's why I use like a slow attack, because I'm having inconsistencies in the vocal. I just want to keep all of that tame. So we have a slower attack and a mid release just to control all of my volume changes. And then the ratio is pretty high, like not pretty high, it's like mid, it's 3. I don't think I'm probably doing like 6 dB of compression just to make sure everything is controlled. But let's see what that did.
I got what you want, baby.
Not even.
I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
So without it,
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
So just kept the vocal. I actually did 3 dB. It's a very little compression. I did like 3 dB of compression and just keeps the vocal together and basically brings the vocal more to your face. That's what it feels like to me.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you need, baby.
And it's just, you see how it's just controlling those peaks when I get too loud? That's all it's for.
I got what you need, baby.
That's it. Yeah.
Cause I got what you.
And then we had another compression. Like I said, I always usually compress in like levels. That's something that I always do till this day. I still do that because I don't want to do too much compression off of one compressor, because it's gonna make that compressor work too hard. Then it's gonna sound not smooth in my opinion. So I did compression on that level slightly. Then I have this compressor, the SSL, which is like a mid attack, and a auto release, which is probably like a slower or mid to slower release, and compress my vocal a little bit more.
I got what you want,
and
baby.
This is barely doing anything.
I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
And that's just basically lifting my vocal up and pushing the vocal more in my face. And then we have this R-Vox that I love to use till this day. Just a little bit more compressor, but I'm pretty sure it's not doing nothing. And then I'm always gaining out because like you can hear.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
Like if you can pay attention, you can hear me like moving in the studio and all that stuff. But so those are like little noises that I mean it don't really make too much of a difference, but I just like to slightly get that out. So the gate is not gonna fully remove it because you don't want to fully get that out. It's part of the recording. You feel me? So I'm just getting that out to just create a little bit more clarity, and the low end sounds, like the super low sounds, are not gonna be heard anymore. And then the compression is just to, especially with the R-Vox, is just to move the vocal up. That's it.
I got what you want, baby.
It's basically
I
not
got
doing
what you
nothing.
need,
Basically,
baby.
it's just here for a
Cause
feel.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
Yeah, this R-Vox is not really doing much, but just really using it for the gate. The compression is barely getting any gain reduction. Then I have this J37. I love the J37. I add saturation to get more warmth out of my volume. Honestly, this is just a preset, male vocal warmth. I just used that because I needed my vocals to sound a little bit warm. Because I removed a little bit and it felt like my vocal wasn't thin, but it was just very bright. I just wanted to add a little bit more warmth to it. So let's play with it and without it.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
Barely not doing a lot. It's not doing a lot. And then we have more EQ where we're boosting a little bit more. A lot of people don't like to boost. I like to boost because I'm just sculpting out the record the way I feels like it sounds. It should sound. So we're boosting. I wanted a little bit more body in my vocal. I felt like my vocal was a little bit lacking of, because I'm not one of those. I don't sound like Pop Smoke. You feel me? So I wanted to add a little bit more body to my volume, and then body to my vocal, and then I added a little bit more brightness just so the vocal could sit up a little bit more, especially in terms of in front of like the guitars.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
Bringing the vocal a little bit more up, and then this is just to control all the harshness. I was just using a regular de-esser, stock de-esser that comes with Pro Tools. I just felt like using it that day. I don't know why I didn't use it. Usually another de-esser, because usually I use, even back then I used to use the other de-esser that comes with waves. But for this, I didn't use that. So let's see.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
And it's just a de-esser, 16 hertz and up, controlling it just a little bit. I don't even think it's doing much. Because in my voice, especially for these records, I didn't have too many S's and it wasn't too harsh, so I didn't feel like I needed to get rid of too much. Especially even with the the vocabulary, the words that I was using while recording this didn't have too many S's in it for me to get rid of anyway. So I did that.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
And then I just used the pop vocal preset on C4 just to lift up the vocal and give the vocal more energy. I didn't really even change nothing.
I got what you want, baby.
Basically,
I got what
it's
you
taming
want,
the
baby.
lows and the mids a little bit while boosting it up.
Baby.
But mainly it's adding a lot more highs. And at the same time, the reason why I like this is because it's adding highs, but it's compressing at the same time. So the highs that are being added don't feel too harsh. That's what I like to do with like multi-band compression. If I'm boosting with multi-band compression, it's compressing at the same time. So the highs don't feel too harsh.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
So let's listen to that with everything.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
Alright, so with that, that'll be very dry if it was just that by itself. So you gotta add the reverb. You don't have to, but with this record, I felt like it needed the reverb. It needed the delays. It needed everything just to take the record to the next level. So with that being said, I had the short reverb, I had the long reverb, and I had the delays and the parallel compression and everything. So let's see. All right, bet. So I added a short reverb, which is basically, I think I was using reverb at this time. Yes, I don't use reverb as much now, but reverb is still a good reverb. If you know how to manipulate it and use it for what you're aiming for, you can still use it. It's still a great reverb. What I was doing was I was cutting out a lot of the lows and a lot of the highs, something that I still do, and then removing around the 28,000 hertz. I was removing a lot of that out of the reverb. But I'll play it to you real quick just so we can hear it.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
So that's what the reverb was doing. With the play reverb, I set it at like -12, but it's basically just to give myself some space because I'm recording in the booth. It's not a real space in the booth. So it's just to make the vocals feel a little wider and a little bigger. We gave it a little play reverb just to add a little space. This is what the reverb was doing.
I got what you want, baby.
With it,
I got what you need, baby.
without it.
Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
The vocal feels like it just shrinks and it gets like small without the play reverb, and with the play reverb, the vocal feels like it just get bigger. But you can't really notice it. The way I add my play reverbs is like I just want to feel it. I don't really want to notice. Like also, it sounds like he's in the bathroom, or it sounds like a club, unless that's the vibe that you're going after. But it's just to add more presence to the vocal.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
So that's what I did with that, and then I had my long reverb. Like y'all know, I usually use multiple reverbs. So I had this long reverb on here, and this one is gonna set the little ambiance and be bigger, and just basically set the vibe with the entire record. You feel me? For that, I used the same exact EQ that I had on this short reverb. Just rolling off the bottom, rolling off a lot of the some of the top, and then EQing like 28,000 out. But reverb, for this reverb, I used a chamber reverb. This the preset. It was I believe I just set this up. It wasn't really a preset. I just set this up for the type of song that I was doing. Yeah, I believe I set this up for the type of record that I was doing, and then I just had a compression after. I'm pretty sure I compressed this reverb just so that it doesn't fight with the instruments. When you compress reverbs, it glues it all together, but you can also allow it to like push the reverb back a little bit more and keep it sustained, and to add a little bit more thickness to the reverb for me. So let's play without it.
I got what you want, baby.
I'm with it.
I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
Without the compression.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
Sounds way bigger and way like out of control. You feel me? But with the compression, it's just keeping that tucked together.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
So yeah, that's something you could do a lot, is compress your reverbs, and it's gonna make it way more controlled. And then you could add it back into the record, because I didn't want too much reverb in this record. So let's put that back to the level that I was at.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
So now the vocal got a little bit more life to it. Let's take out all the reverb. And I'm gonna take out the reverb and I'm gonna put it back in so you can hear what it's doing.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
Feel me? So that reverb brought the record to life. And now we just add the hook. We add the delay, the hook delay. So I just added delay. I'm pretty sure I was using like H delay. Yeah, facts. Just to give the vocal a little bit more bounce. Just to give the vocal a little bit more rhythm and a little bit more space. So let's see.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
Where's this hook delay going to?
Cause I got what you want, baby.
Right here.
I got what you need, baby.
So it's basically a regular delay rolled off the bottom and the top end, because I don't want my delays a lot of times to compete with my vocal too much. I don't want my delay to get in the way. So I'm gonna just carve the delay to where the right spot to where you can hear the vocal a lot and you can hear the delay too, and it's separate. Feel me? So I carved out a little bit at 351, a little bit at 7,000, got rid of that, and then got rid of some at 2,000. Because remember, I boosted the 2,000 in my vocal. Remember when with the Q8 in my vocal, you notice how I boosted 2,000 to 2,213. I boosted that up, right? So when it comes to the H delay around that area where it's competing with the vocal, I'm cutting that out, and basically in the 2,000 range too. So the delay is definitely sitting back.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need.
And then we have a little saturation slightly just to give the vocal, the H delay a little bit more, you know, just a little bit more vibe. And then I like to do, if I want my delays to like sit even more back, I add reverb to the same reverb that I'm using in the record. I'm adding some of that to delay, so the delay could even move. It could delay and then go into the reverb and move even farther back. Feel me? So let me hear that.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
This is it without it.
Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
And this is the delay with it.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got
With it, without it.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
And with it, with.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
So it even makes the delay feels like it makes the reverb feel like the reverb is the thing delaying. This feel like a whole space of delay. So it makes your delay come a little bit more life, and it pushes your delays a little bit further. Feel me? So that's valid.
I got what you want, baby.
And then we had a parallel compression where I don't believe I was doing much. Yep, I just had a parallel compression that is super quick attack, slow release, and I'm squashing
I got
it.
what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
Without the parallel compression,
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want.
with the parallel compression.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need.
For me, so all that together, the parallel compression, like I said, we just blending that in, squashing it, and then blending that in. For me, so with that being said, with all the vocals and all the beats and everything, we have this.
I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
Without
I got
plugins,
what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby.
with the
Cause I got
plugins.
what you want, baby. I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby.
And then I had just like a delay track where I just use the same. I love this EQ37 when it comes to the telephone band. And I just have this delay. This is going to the exact same processing. The only difference is, no, I think it's the exact same processing. Yep, Q8, R compressor, SSL, RVox, J37. I just add a little bit of lo-fi, just add a little bit more distortion to the background vocals, but it's just ad-libs.
Hey, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want.
Same parallel compression, same reverb. Took the delay off because I don't want the ad-libs to delay as well too. It's gonna compete with everything, but that's
Hey,
it.
baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got.
So like if I want like let's say like these ad-libs are kind of a part of the hook too. If I want them to sound similar to the hook, I'm just gonna use the same exact processing as I did. I use the same exact processing without the lo-fi. The only thing I changed was the lo-fi, but I'm gonna use the exact same processing because I want them to sound similar. The only thing that I changed was adding the telephone effect. So these feel the same, and then I'll probably just change the volume levels. If I wanted this to sound completely different, then I would process it differently. I would EQ differently. I would compress it a little bit differently and make it sound different. You feel me? But yeah, the compression is a little bit different because I always want my background vocals to sit back. So the attack is always going to be opposite or more aggressive for the background vocals.
Me, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want.
So yep, that's what we had. And then we had this doubler for like the ending of the hook.
Baby.
See?
I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you need.
Just a regular double.
I got what you need.
Going to the same hook bus that we have everything. Telephone band so it could stay away from the main vocal, and then just an imager just to make it wider. And that's it. Simple hook.
Baby. I got what you
Play the hook one more time so y'all can hear it.
need. I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you want, baby. Cause I got what you want, baby. I got what you need, baby. I got what you need. Look, I got what you.
All right. So yeah. If you look at the vocals, I had all the vocals because it was mainly not really for me, but just to tame all the vocals as one. I felt like at the end the vocals were a little bit harsh. We're about to go to the Bronxlyn's vocal, the rap artist vocal, and I'm gonna change that. But I just added de-esser, the same de-esser that I had. I just added a little bit to the overall vocals. And then that's it. That's all I did for the vocals on the mix bus end, and then that was it. So let's go to the verse real quick and then show you guys how I process that. All right, so let's go. The verse vocals, what did I do? It's very similar processing. Because like I always say, when I'm working with two different artists and I'm recording two different artists, I want them to feel, we did record this in the same place, but whether we did or we didn't, I want both artists to feel like they recorded it at the same time in the same space with the same engineer. I want it to feel the same. So I'm processing things very similarly if necessary, but I'm just changing the amount. So like, let's say if I'm using an SSL compressor on my vocal, I'm gonna want that same feel for that person's vocal as well. So I'm gonna use an SSL compressor. I might change the setting to make it fit for that artist's vocals, but I'm gonna use the same things. So let's go through what we did. We have the same de-esser.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back.
Matter of fact, let me play his verse real quick so we can hear it.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals, every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay, every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you. If I could wrap the world and gift the sky to you. Hold up, fuck.
Okay, bet. So that's what we had. We had a lot of effects and everything just to bring the record up, but I'm gonna play everything without the effects too, so you guys can hear it. So boom, this is without everything. Boom.
Fell.
So this is raw.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meal.
With everything.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips.
So you notice that the processing brought the overall vocal straight to life immediately for me. So let me go through it one by one and show you what each thing did. All right, so we have this de-esser.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that.
Just to get a little bit of the S's out of his vocals because he had a little bit more S's in his vocals. So I wanted to remove that, like the F sound and the S's sound a little bit sibilant. So I got that out. 16K, small
Fell
amount.
in and out of love.
It's probably not even doing much.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that.
Yeah, probably not even doing much. I do have another de-esser here too. But so let's go through this Q8. Very similar. Like I said, I'm using the same plugin, but a little bit different because his vocal is different. So I'm not gonna use the exact same thing. But I rolled off around like 115. Same areas as before. We're getting rid of the boxiness, the mud. It might be in different spots for him. The pain frequencies, and then we're just boosting a couple of the highs just to bring his vocal up. You feel me? That's the same way where I process vocals most of the time. So yeah, let's play with it and without it. This is without it.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that.
And this with it.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked, yeah. Okay, every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you if I.
So if you notice, it's cleaning up a little bit of that boxiness and that mud, and it's bringing the vocal up. It feels like the volume is getting a little louder, but it's not really. It's just bringing the vocal up. So that's what I did with this EQ. Like I said, we can go through it and we can see. If I go to 2, muddiness,
Fell in and out of love, just to fall
boominess,
back.
got rid of that. Find the boominess, get it out of there. All right, bet. The 200 range is gonna be muddy.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back.
Got rid of
Netflix
that.
on pause. Fell
Same.
in and out of love,
More.
just to fall back. Netflix on.
It's all sounds that I don't like. That's like really the sound of like the basement that we were in. Don't like that sound, resonant. Get it out of there. Too much.
Fell in and out of love, just to
A
fall
little
back.
bit of that boxiness in that 500 range. Find that.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back.
Get rid of that. And then over here is gonna be some frequencies, probably some resonant frequencies. Get rid of that too.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on.
Resonant. It just hurts my ears. And then I boosted it up at around 3,000 just to get a little bit more clarity in his vocal and just a little bit more airiness in the 15,000 and above. So that's what we did with that. And then we have this compression. Slower mid attack, mid release. I'm pretty sure this compression isn't doing too much. I'm gonna play to see what it's doing, but I'm pretty sure it's not doing too much. But it's definitely not too aggressive because it's like a mid release and mid attack as well.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked, yeah. Okay, every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you if.
And I feel like the compression is just giving the vocal a little bit more life and it's making it a little bit more consistent. But while it's making it consistent, it's pushing everything up too. It's making it feel like the vocal got a little bit more oomph to it. For me, have another SSL compressor. Like I said, I'm using the same processing that I use on my vocals because I want them both to sound the same. The settings are different, but I'm using the same processing. So I have this SSL compression on it if necessary. Sometimes I might not need it, but if necessary, I do. And probably not doing much with this SSL compressor as well.
Fell in and out of love, just to
1
fall
dB.
back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked, yeah. Okay, every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex.
Just using a compression is to push the vocal up in your face. With all the drums and everything, you would hear that a little bit more clearly how it's moving the vocal up. Like if I play with the drums, you hear it. Let's see.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked, yeah.
Feel me? So that's what that is for. And then we have an RVox. The RVox is probably not doing much.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix.
Under 1 dB of gain reduction. But like I said, I'm using it more for the gate just to get rid of those. Because I recorded this, we both recorded this in the same place. I know it's like, it might be fidgeting in the studio. It might be microphone bleed. It might be noise in the background. That's what I'm using the gate to remove all of those sounds. Those super, super low sounds. If something is buzzing, humming, that's what I'm using that to get rid of.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall.
And to push the vocal up.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips.
So that's what the RVox is for. Then we have this J37. This J37 just giving a little bit more vibe. The same male vocal warmth that I use on my vocal, I'm using it on his vocal just to make sure that these vocals sound similar, like they was recorded in the same place. For me?
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot.
Not really doing too much with his vocal. You feel me? It's pretty. You could probably. It's barely audible, but I'll put it because I want the records to feel like we recorded it in the same place. Like I'm gonna keep emphasizing that. Then we have this REQ. Use this on my vocal too, but just to add a little bit more brightness to his vocal. And we cut a little bit more of the under 50 because I felt like it was probably still after all that processing. I was probably feeling a little bit too much boom in his vocal, so I had to get rid of that.
Fell in and out of love, just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay. Every dog need a down bitch. Credit.
So the low end frequencies of his vocals got taken out, and then you just get a little bit more. It's a lot of sibilance now, but you get a little bit more upwardness for his vocal.
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah,
Yeah, the vocal opens up.
Every dog need.
Feel me? And then after that, I added another de-esser because, like I said, I feel like it was getting a little bit too sibilant. So I added another de-esser.
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay. Every dog need a down bitch.
So y'all notice that I pulled that down. If I was mixing this today, I would definitely control the S's a little bit more. I probably was going for a more of a bright mix at the time, but I would probably push it down to where I just had it just now. But this sounds good still.
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah.
But you notice with it pulled down, you barely hear those S's and they're not as harsh for me. So that's what I would do today. And then we have another C4 with this pop vocal controlling his highs and the overall tone of the vocal, and then that's it.
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips.
Some records require this more, I wouldn't say harsh, but this more brighter vocal. Some records might need that. Some vocals might need to be a little bit more tamed, depending on the record, depending on the beat, and depending on honestly what you're going after in the song. For me, so that's what we was going after in this record, and we'll play everything with the all the processing with the beat.
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay. Every dog need a down bitch. Credit score 8.
Boom. So with the processing, everything sounds good. It's in your face now. It's sounding good. Let me add that. I think you had a bass line for this record too. This part.
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay. Every dog need a down bitch. Credit score 81 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you. If I could wrap the world and gift the sky to you. Hold up.
All right. So boom. With this, like I was speaking of earlier, right? Every time you don't need two reverbs. For some songs, you might need 2 reverbs, you might need 3. For this record, on his record, he's rapping, right? So I didn't want the big, luscious reverb that I have on my vocal because it will cloud up the way he's rapping. It really depends on how the artist is articulating himself, how they're rapping. He's rapping with a lot of words. So if I add too much reverb, it's gonna actually cloud up the next bar. You feel me? If it was a rap that was way more spacious, then I'll have time to add a big reverb. So for this, all I added was a short reverb that I used on my vocal, but just a different level.
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch
Without it?
that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't
With
missing
it.
no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay. Every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit.
Just brought the vocal to life and just made sure that the vocal isn't too dead and too dry. I didn't want it to be too dry. I just needed a little bit more life to it. With his vocal, I just added a lot more of the life with the vocal, with the delays that I added to it, because the delays gave it more bounce. So I didn't choose to use a big play reverb for his vocal, but I added more than one delay. So we have a 4th delay, same 4th delay that I used on my vocal. You feel me?
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause.
I lied. It's not the same 4th delay that I use on my vocal. This is actually a different delay where we have an H delay with the lo-fi on just to sit in the background. I don't want the delays to compete with the vocals. And then we have a guitar amp just to give a little bit of like that radio amp type of effect. And then we have the same EQ, cutting off a little bit of the highs, cutting off a little bit of the lows and just removing some at 2000 so it doesn't compete with the vocal. And it's going to the same reverb like earlier. You feel me? So let's see what this delay is doing.
Fouling and not a large, just a fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean,
It's a ping pong delay just to make the vocal sound wider. So this is giving that reverb feel, but it's not a reverb because a reverb will cloud up everything. But this delay is giving that reverb feel without clouding up everything.
fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your
And the delays is what's going into the reverb. Feel me?
fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah.
Boom. So everything in it. So the main vocal sounds clear, but the delays is giving the reverb vibe because the delays are being thrown into that reverb. And then what we have for his vocal, we had another delay where it's a 1/8 delay on his entire verse, and that's going here.
Fell in and out of love.
Let's mute this real quick.
Fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass.
And this is more like this is giving more of like it's not really a slap delay, but it's giving more of that constant delay. And this one is going straight through the middle. So you could barely hear it, but it's also going to give that reverb effect because it's going to be adding more depth to the vocal. You feel me? So let me see. We're going to play it with it.
Fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't
So just the 8th delay, same EQ, and then lo-fi. I don't even think I did. Yes, for this lo-fi, what I did, I think I did this in one of my old videos too, but I just removed some of the sample rate and turned down the sample size. When I remove some of the sample rate, it's completely taking out those frequencies off the top end. So this doesn't compete with the vocal. This 8th delay is also going to a long reverb because I wanted the reverb, but I didn't want it on the main vocal. So instead I threw it on the delays. So we can still get that reverb and the vocal doesn't feel dry, but it's not competing. The reverbs are not clouding up the main vocal.
fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that.
So with it,
I mean
without
that
it?
ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay. Every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you. If
And there's different times. So now when I add both delays, we have that 8th delay and we have that 4th delay.
fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay.
So with those two delays, we're kind of like making our own. It kind of feels like we're making our own reverb, our own space for the record. We got some reverb, we got some delays that are being pushed to the back of the record with the 8th delay, and then we have some reverbs that are ping ponging to the side. So we're creating our own space for the vocal. You feel me? So I didn't have to use reverb for this. I just used 2 delays, threw both of those delays into reverbs, and we created like our own space, our own reverb effect for this vocal. But it's giving more life to the vocal. Feel me?
Fell in and out of love just to
Then we just parallel compression, same that I did with my vocal.
fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean
Different level amount, so we'll play with it and without it.
fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah,
Adding way more body into the vocal and just pushing the vocal up. That's all I'm using the parallel compression for. It's
Fell in
literally
it.
being squash, fast attack, slow release, and I'm just using that to just
Fell in-
add more body to the vocal.
fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay. Every dog need a down bitch.
And then we have a vocal spread. This is going to probably a doubler. Yes, it is. No, I'm lied. On his vocal, because I like to blend in, like I like to parallel compress effects. I like to parallel effects into vocal sometimes too if I'm going for a specific vibe. So I added this chorus effect on his vocal, and this chorus effect is basically just gonna add to the vibe of the record. Honestly, it's not doing much. I don't think it's even gonna make the vocal be heard as much. It's just basically adding a vibe to it. So let's turn that on.
Fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals. Every spot.
So you notice his vocal. I'm gonna do it again, but you notice his vocal goes from middle and then when I add the vocal spread, I add the chorus to his vocal, the vocal gets much wider and it gets put like right in his face, right in your face. So it's basically just adding width to the vocal. So this is just a cool way to add width to your vocal. Get a just get a chorus effect. Can't add it too much because then you're gonna hear it too much, but add a chorus effect in the background to your vocal, and then it's just gonna make the vocal sound a little bit wider. So I'm gonna play that one more time with it and without it.
Fell in and out of love just to fall back.
Pay attention to the width.
Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals, every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay, every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you. If I could wrap the world and gift the sky to your whole.
So that fit for the record, and with all the delays and the reverb and everything, is basically just creating a whole room, a whole world for our vocals to live in. And then add that back to all the sounds, and we got this.
Fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals, every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay, every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you. If I could wrap the world and gift the sky to you. Hold up.
So I like that, you feel me? And then with the with his doubles and ad-libs, it was the same processing. I just took out a couple of the stuff. So I took out the J37 and the SSL compression, but the processing is the same. The EQ is the same because I wanted the ad-libs to sound the same. The compression is slightly different. Remember, I talk about this in a lot of my videos. When I have background vocals as opposed to my main vocal, I just switch the compression. So if the attack is fast and the release is slow, it's going to be the opposite for background vocals. It's going to be a slow attack, fast release. So basically, that's all I did for this. Kept the RVox, kept the J37, kept the R6 that I had just so it could sound the same. And then honestly, the same telephone effect on the vocals that I usually use all the time. So
fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing that ass.
And the ad-libs are basically pan too. So they're pan just to give a little bit more separation. One is pan left, one is pan right.
Thighs to your lips. Down bitch. Plus the sex lit. Gift the sky to you.
Barely could hear them. I didn't want it to be over aggressive in terms of hearing the ad-libs, but here's how they sound.
Okay, every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you. If I could wrap the world and gift the sky to you. Hold up.
So with these, I just added the short reverb. I didn't really want all of the other stuff that we added, like the vocal spread and all the delays, because I needed that only on the main vocal. I didn't need that on the background vocals, because then it's going to be too much going on. It's going to mess up the space. So yeah, with that all together, we have this.
Okay, every dog. Look, fell in and out of love just to fall back. Netflix on pause, I'ma watch that. I mean that ass from your thighs to your lips. She ain't missing no meals, every spot getting licked. Yeah, okay, every dog need a down bitch. Credit score A1 plus the sex lit. Real queen, the type to die for you. If I could wrap the world and gift the sky to you. Hold up, fuck the metaphor of raps and the similes. No song could explain what you did to me.
All right, so yeah, with that being said, that's all I did for that. On the mix bus level, I just removed a little bit for the FX. Got rid of A53 just to clean up. This is just cleaning up stuff at the end. Once I get to the end of my session and I feel like, okay, the reverbs need a little bit more separation, I'll go into my all effects, remove some frequencies, give it a little bit more mud frequency, probably resonant frequency. Got rid of it. And then that's it. Didn't do much on the mastering level. I just have an ozone on this just to have the loudness while I'm doing this recording. But I don't believe I was the one that mastered this record. Yeah, I don't think I'm the one that mastered this record, but the mix, that's basically all I did to get this mix sounding professional and get it to sound radio ready and the clarity and everything and get it right. For me, you don't have to do too much when it comes to records. You can get it done with like limited resources. You just got to really know what you're doing. Obviously, yes, this is still Waves, one of the Waves bundles that I use to get this record done. But whatever you have, just try to master and try to learn it and get it done with that. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. If you enjoyed this video, just hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And if you like more, if you want to see more mix breakdown videos, just let me know in the comments. And check out these 2 videos as well. Let's get it.